Hello, it's Julien from Benighted. Hello to everybody, and you're on Metal Wani right now, and have fun, my friends. Cheers.
Mr. Julian, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing fine, and you?
I am doing great. Let's talk about the new album, Carnivore
Yeah.
Sublime. Tell us something about it. I haven't heard the album. I'm not at all aware of it. So, how would you describe the new album?
But I think, in my opinion, this new album is so far the best we ever did because it's the most aggressive one, and we've got in this new album lots of insane and dark atmospheres that we didn't used to play in the past, and I think we simply wrote the most effective song we never made. As we've got some very catchy choruses that you can easily remind
Cool.
and that strike into your head all the entire day, you know.
That's wonderful. So, it's got mix of everything.
Yeah, compared to Asylum Cave, our previous one, this album is a more savage and liberated, if you
Okay.
understand what I mean. Because the Asylum Cave was a more classical death metal.
It was a lethal combination of brutality and groove.
Yeah, that's it, exactly.
Yeah,
But
so
it's our identity for many albums. So
right. Your fans in India here, for our readers as well, who haven't had the displeasure of being introduced to a band like Pennington, give us a description of what you would like to tell your fans who aren't aware of the band.
Most of the time we like to share the stage with the band, with the fans at first, because we like when there's a big mess in the pit and everybody can go on stage with us, put a
Right.
big fucking mess in the on stage, throw in the crowd, and we really like to share everything with people who support us, and it's very important for us to stay very close with our fans,
Right.
because I think it's maybe one of the most important quality which make that we got so many fans,
Fans.
and they respected us a lot because we respect them a lot, and we want to keep this relationship between us, them and us.
Absolutely. That sounds great. Now, Bennington's music has evolved a lot, with years, but
Yeah.
death metal has always been your base.
Yeah,
Now,
exactly.
with the new guitarist Adrian on board, who joined a few years back, his influences would have, made it a little more richer, as has been the case with your previous albums.
I don't know. I think when Adrian come, we were a bit nervous because Asylum Cave received a great audience, so we there was a bit pressure about the new album to get a step above
Right.
Asylum Cave, and we knew Adrian for years because he already replaced Lim when he was not able to come on stage during the tour, and we really discovered during the rehearsal time that he was an amazing guitarist and a riff machine, because he can
Oh,
always
nice.
bring riffs and riffs and riffs.
Right.
And with his arrival, I think Adrian wrote something like 60% of the riff of the new album,
Cool.
and he's got this very the very fresh and young approach of extreme metal that give us a second breath, and being able again not to produce the same album than the previous one,
Right.
and evolve with something more extreme but with more identity.
Wow,
Again.
that's wonderful. So sometimes when a new member joins a band, it's more like a spark in the band.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that kind of helps in songwriting, isn't it?
Yeah, but it was very, very good. He's got a very good incorporated in the band.
No,
his,
that's cool.
his place was good even before he was in the band, because he's a very I don't know, he's a fantastic guy as a human and as a musician. He's such an amazing guitarist. So, and he helps me with the backing vocals too, which is something new on the new album.
Right, that's cool. So, where was the album recorded and how did the recording sessions go?
Very well, actually, but we knew everything we wanted for this album before getting into the studio. As we worked a lot, we rehearsed a lot, and when we arrived into the studio, the only point that was uncertain was only what kind of evolution we can put in our sound to make it more aggressive, less clean and more aggressive. So we tried to pay more attention to the bass sound, tried to put it louder with a very more, crushy, disgusting sound,
Right.
very grindcore style, and I think it became the new tracks being more effective than ever. I mean, did you have you been able to listen to the song which has been made? We put it online or not?
No, that's why I haven't heard even a single song. I gotta check it out.
So, but I think I can send you 3 links of 3 songs. We have a video clip with
Is it up on the YouTube channel?
Yeah. It's
Cool.
called.
I'll check that out right after the interview.
Yeah, it's called Experience Your Flesh.
Oh, wonderful.
That's
cool.
Poetry, like always.
Absolutely. I was actually going to ask you about that because most of the times your lyrics are about, pathology and psychology.
Yeah.
And, you tend to stay away from the traditional lyrics when it comes to Satan, gore, murder, and other things. Yeah. Is there a particular theme between the lyrics on this album?
Yeah, as Asylum Came was a concept album about a schizophrenic,
right.
Whose delirium was about Josef Fritzl, the Austrian guy who raped his daughters for years. The new album is talking about the trauma of a man I met in my work, and how he developed a sick personality that you call borderline. I don't know if you know this kind of disease.
Yep.
It's not a disease that just break at some point like a psychosis or depression. It's a sick personality you build constantly, progressively when you're child, teenagers, and then adult. And this kind of pathology leads people to be conditioned by the fear to get abandoned, and it's why in this new album, I wanted to speak about a big society problem that we have in France, is that the parents are doing less and less for their kids and prefer accord their time to hobbies, to Facebook, to all their precious privileges and individual freedom.
Right.
But they make kids to make kids, but when you have to take care of that, let's fuck off, and that brings this kind of pathology, and it's the first time for me I put some personal anger in the concept.
Personal experience you have seen, throughout your work and your personal life. Yeah,
exactly. It's all I see in my work makes me angry about that, and I thought it was a good occasion to speak about it through Benighted.
Oh, that's wonderful. Now, there's one point which I really wanted to tell you as a fan. I feel there's a unique feature of Benighted which lacks in many bands, and that is you have always made sure your music is being made with passion and integrity. You never paid attention to musical fashions, what people are waiting for. So it's basically what you feel comes from your heart, and you put it forward to the fans.
Thank you first, because I totally agree with you. We always did the music we like. What we don't give a shit about the trendy styles of the moment, because underground scene is a very important spirit for us. And if you start thinking about what you should do for a new album, or what works, what will help the sellings of the album,
right?
I think you just lost it, and the fans can see that.
Correct.
And it's not this kind of spirit we want to defend with Benighted. If you like our stuff, it's very cool, but we won't change because suddenly most of our fans say, oh no, we don't like it anymore. Play metalcore, play I don't know what.
It kind of becomes like, fans start pointing out at the bands that they're selling out if they go for the commercial kind of music, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, Napalm Death has been your influences, which I feel, I don't know, is it for you guys as well? So, is there any other band apart from Napalm Death that, has actually been an influence in your songwriting?
I don't know if it really has an influence. Maybe, but I think we all agree in Benighted to support a lot of the bands like Nazum. Unfortunately, doesn't exist. Aborted, of course, because we are very close friends with Aborted now. But right. when I was younger, Sven was one of my biggest influence, and it's very funny now to consider that we are friends and we call and wrote emails all the couple of days. So it's very cool to
right.
to go to this point. After Aborted, I really love Devourment.
Devourment, right?
Yeah. And now some band for me, it's a very this kind of voice. I love right.
that. That's wonderful because French metal scene. I haven't heard much about them. I've just discovered few bands like Gorod.
Gorod. Great band, Gorod.
You guys and Gojira as well.
Yeah, Gojira is the biggest.
So tell us about the French metal scene. I mean, what's happening in the underground scene?
In the underground scene, you've got very good bands. In death grind style, I would say at first Kronos.
Okay.
Kronos, it's a bit strange because it could be some people could think they are Polish because their sound is very Polish and their death metal style is very technical and very effective, and I really love their stuff. After that, we've got some very good grindcore bands like Blockheads or Inhumate, which just they really destroy the stages when they play.
Right.
And I think about Svartkron, which is more Black Death, but very good band too. And you've got so many. We have the luck in France to have very good bands in every style. If you speak about heavy metal, we have Nightmare, we've got ADX.
Right.
If you speak about death metal, we've got Gojira, Gorod, Kronos.
Yeah.
Black. So that's what was cool in France. So we've got everything in every style, and it's a big richness.
That's surely cool. Now, your music is fast. It's brutal. It's meant to be unleashed live. But when you are in the studio, how can you get into the mood to play in such an isolated environment?
Oh, I think we are mentally conditioned. When I start singing, I try to to get angry for my rage to go through my throat, and even I know I've got some. Most of the time, I record all my parts in 3 days at max.
Okay.
So I know for 3 days, even if I can speak for a week after that, I don't give a shit. But for 3 days, I will give all I've got in my guts.
That's cool.
To make it brutal and sound the most effective I can. So.
Oh, that's really awesome. Now, death grind as a genre is somewhat, right at the back when it comes to the n number of genres we have in metal. Some people say it's dead, it's beaten, it's molested. So, how does Benighted try to separate themselves from the overpopulated bands in the genre?
Well, I don't know.
How do you guys manage to stay fresh?
I really don't know. I think we have the luck to evolve with our music to get all the good and leave the rest. I think one thing very important is that we don't live with Benighted music. So we really live that as a big passion, a big bonus in life,
Right.
And I think this freedom we've got in the band helps us a lot to stay fresh. Always to find some, even if we wrote very brutal and extreme stuff, we like to put sometimes some very surprising parts or something that are totally not metal.
Unexpected.
Exactly, and it's the same. It's the same for the new album. You have you have to listen to that. But if it's on the track which
you've released. Right.
Yeah, it's called it's Carnivore Sublime. The track Carnivore Sublime. There's a tribal samba part.
Okay, that's cool.
Close to the beginning, it's very surprising because you don't expect that at all when you listen to the album for the first time. What the fuck is that? You think like if the radio changes,
Right. Wonderful, man. Oh, we haven't seen you live. Okay, so how is the experience? How is the experience? How would, let's say, a fan who goes to a Benighted concert for the first time, what will his experiences going to be?
I think he's going to be surprised by the friendly relation we've got with our public, because I play rugby in my
that's cool.
as a sport, yeah, and I think it's quite similar in the spirit, because all the violence, all the aggressivity is conditioned with a code. In rugby it's physical, in concerts, it's the music, it's the pogo, it's all that stuff. But everybody is here to spend a good time, respecting the others,
right.
And we've got this kind of spirit on stage. So it's let's put a fucking mess here. Nobody gets hurt. Okay, we are here to enjoy it and come on stage with us. We are all the same. We play a party, and it has to be this way. So I think it's why. We even on Facebook we are very close with our fans, and we answer all the messages that they send us, because we want to
be connected with the fans.
Exactly, we want to stay humble, because we play extreme metal. We will never be rock stars, and it's not our purpose. We want to enjoy this stuff with people, not to be above, but with people.
Oh, that's really cool. Recently there was an incident. Of course, when a death metal band is playing, so there are meant to be stage diving, which happens.
Yeah.
So just few days back, there's a band called Suicidal Tendencies.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah. And friends of mine are touring with them actually for this tour. Yeah.
A fan died due to stage diving. So you would have seen a lot of stage diving and moshing happening at the Benighted gigs. So there has been many cases as well where fans have died unexpectedly. We cannot expect that. So what kind of a message would a musician give to the fans who love their music to stay safe?
I would say it's a matter of solidarity, and when you see a guy who wants to stage dive, everybody in the crowd has to go to catch him, because I remember a very a scene that I found really fantastic. It was at a Biohazard concert. Yeah, okay. And we played with them. It was in Slovakia, and we had a very good time together. It was the first time for me. I met them, very friendly guys, and when they played, it was total war in the crowd, and there was stage diving everywhere, and some guy just stage dive, jumped and fall through the crowd and really hurt him bad. Oh. And it was during a track, and Billy, the guitarist singer of Biohazard, stopped everything. He stopped the musicians, and he takes the microphone, and he told to the crowd. First thing he was just, how is he doing? How is he doing? He waited for the guy to stand up, see if everything was okay, and he just yelled at the crowd. What happened is it's not acceptable. He said, we are not here to get hurt. People, you care for each other, and as this man has got hurt, you are punished. We won't finish the song. We start with the other one, and they played the following track of the set list. And I just found that kind of reaction, to stop in the middle of the track, to take care of a guy who could be hurt. I found this attitude the best it could be.
Right. It's great.
Yeah, and it's really this kind of thing we want to give to our crowd.
Yeah, fans need to be aware of this, to take care of themselves. As well as when you come to the concert, it's more like a get together to witness a band. So if anybody is jumping, it's better to take care of him, no matter you know him or not.
Exactly.
All right, so you should make it to India one of these days.
I really hope so.
Yeah, so because
my friend of Gorod have played there, no?
Gorod haven't come to India.
Never.
Unfortunately, we haven't witnessed any French band except Gojira last year.
Okay. Great band, isn't it?
Yeah, they came in December 2012.
Okay.
So the day you're gonna come here, I'm gonna buy you beers. It's a deal.
With pleasure, my friend. With pleasure.
That's cool. So your music is very well received over here in India, and it's the style of music which you play is very popular with the Indian crowds. So, what sort of message would you give to the fans here in India?
I'm very ashamed not to have been able to play in India so far, and I really hope it will change within the years. And our manager, we are very, very busy this year, but we agreed with all the Benighted members next year to make everything happen, to go to everywhere we have never been. So trust us, we'll do the maximum to come to India, because we want to party with you guys. We want to make you discover a new track. We want to meet you and learn about your local scene and share with you. And that's our purpose: meet a maximum of people and share the pleasure of extreme metal with all the population we can.
It'll be an honor. Now, what's the plan for 2014? You said you're busy, so what's happening in this coming year?
Yeah, we have a French tour of 3 weeks coming in 3 weeks.
Okay.
And after that, we've got some European festivals.
Mm-hmm.
Then we've got a Russian tour in April. After that, we've got other festivals like Hellfest in France,
Right.
Metal Days Slovenia. We play Holland, Germany, and we've got a whole month tour in November.
Wow.
So we'll be very busy, and it will be very difficult to organize everything with the work, but
Right.
it will be cool.
That's awesome. I mean, so 2014, you guys are going to be on road pretty much.
Yeah, I think so. But next year, everything will be possible. I can promise that.
Oh, wonderful. It's really going to be an honor. Well, I would like to end this interview on a very simple note.
Yeah.
How would you define your new album in just one sentence?
One sentence.
I like the way
I think
you're
it's
thinking right now.
I'd say it's for us the perfect combination of extreme groove and sickness injected in it.
Oh, wonderful. Thanks a lot, Julien, for your time with us today.
I will send you the links to the video and the tracks.